Hey guys, it's Goldy here coming with another video, and we're back in Ubuntu 24.04. Today I'm going to show you guys how to install plugins with mov-cli. Now I think this is quite one which a lot of people have kind of wanted to know. I've kind of noticed a number of people struggling on installing plugins with mov-cli, so I'm going to show you how to do this. I swear to God, I'm not gonna yap, okay? I swear to God, I'm gonna try and keep the yap short. So we're gonna get right to it. I want to try and do this as quick as possible. So if I do go a bit too quick, just rewind in the video. I'm gonna have timestamps on the actual video, so you should be able to see in the timeline. I have like little sections, so you can skip around to which sections you actually want to see. Anyways, so first thing you want to do is open up Firefox, and I'm gonna search mov-cli here. So this is open a U tab. Search mov-cli GitHub and head over to the mov-cli GitHub page and scroll down here to the installation section. Now the installation section is gonna tell you what platforms are supported and what prerequisites are required. Now since we're on Linux, Python is already a thing, so if you open up the terminal real quick by clicking up on our home page here, or just press your window key, something should pop up. Let's go to our terminal and let's type Python 3, and there we go. We have Python 3.12.3 installed already. That's the beauty of Linux. And LXM is an optional dependency, you don't need that. FZF is also optional, but it's highly recommended. So in this video, I'm going to install FZF, I'm going to install MPV, and obviously I already have Python installed, so I'm not going to install that. Now this is a Linux video, so if you are coming from Windows, make sure to watch my Windows installation guide on MPV, and that'll keep you up to date. But this is just about plugins, and also I just want to do a bit of mov-cli installation. So to install mov-cli, what we want to install is pipx. So pipx is, I'm not going to explain what pipx is, I want to keep the app short, but we're going to install that. I open up the terminal once again, and we're gonna go use apt. So sudo apt install pipx. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna use pipx install mov-cli. Okay, now we're gonna get this warning here. Now what you want to do is pipx ensure path. So it should be something like ensure path. There we go. Now we can clear the terminal. Now if you type mov-cli, the command should work, but in this instance, we have to restart our terminal. So sometimes you have to restart your terminal to get the path to work. So now let's do MPV mov-cli, and there we go. Now we have mov-cli installed correctly and it's functioning correctly. Now before we do anything with mov-cli, let's first install MPV. So MPV is going to be our media player of choice. So if you do, you can also use VLC as well. I might show you guys how to set up VLC. Very simple, but let's do MPV. So let's do sudo apt install MPV, and also let's install FZF as well. I really recommend you guys to install FZF in your system. This is going to be the selector menu you get when you're actually scraping stuff on mov-cli. It gives you a selection menu. So let's install that. Now let's open up our home menu. If you type MPV, you should have an MPV media player here, so that's cool. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how to install plugins. So to install plugins, head over to your browser once again. So if you go to the usage section, we should have MPV plugin topic here. This is going to basically show you guys all the plugins that you can install for mov-cli. But I need to give you guys a warning. These plugins are third-party plugins. They are not made by us. Some of these plugins, these ones are made by us, but some of these are third-party plugins, so you could also kind of be a little bit cautious on what type of source code they're executing, and also just like, you know, beware of the disclaimers in the plugins. So for example, to install a mov-cli YouTube extension, just go over to the readme here, and we have a couple of commands here. Now instead of doing pip install mov-cli-youtube, what you want to do is pipx inject. This is because we use pipx to install mov-cli. So what you want to do is you do pipx and you want to inject mov-cli, and then you do mov-cli-youtube. Now that we have our plugin installed / injected into our mov-cli environment, now what we can do is now add the plugin to our mov-cli configuration. So if we could type movie.cli-e, that will open up our configuration file. And if you scroll down in the configuration to this section here, mov-cli.plugins, what you want to do in that section is you want to add a new line, and you want to type YouTube mov-cli-youtube. So this is where you want to type right here for the mov-cli YouTube plugin, and then you on your keyboard you want to press Ctrl-O and press enter, and that will save the configuration file. And now to exit this, you want to do Ctrl-X. Now to confirm that the plugin is installed and is also being detected by mov-cli, you want to type mov-cli-lp. This will give you a list of all the plugins and all the scrapers inside of those plugins that are being detected by mov-cli. And to run a YouTube extension, you want to do mov-cli-youtube and then your query, which I am not going to do because in the past I've had problems with YouTube. Okay, so let's install another plugin. So there's a plugin over here called Jellyplex. Now this is a plugin which requires you to have a Jellyfin server or a Plex server. So you have to have one of these two, and then you have to also have media on the server, and you can use this plugin. So I'm going to go ahead and configure this plugin. So the reason why I want to set up this plugin and show you guys is because this plugin requires a bit more setup. It requires environment variables. So I'm going to show you guys how to do all of this. So first of all, let's add this plugin. Let's go to our terminal, do the same thing, pipx inject, mov-cli, and then plugin. Now that we've injected it, let's go to our configuration, scroll down to mov-cli plugins, and I'm going to name this plugin Jelly. You can name it whatever the hell you want, by the way. You can name this whatever the hell. You can name it ABC, you can name it UWO, you can name it OWO, you can name it whatever the hell you want. I'm going to name it Jelly just because it's nice and short. I'm going to do mov-cli-jellyplex. However, this part of the configuration has to be exactly the plugin. Now I'm going to save and exit out of that. And now the next thing we're going to do is you want to edit the environment variables for this plugin. Because this plugin requires us to give it credentials, we're going to use an env file. So to open up the env file, you want to do -e and then .env. This will open up a blank nano here. So you guys may be a bit confused, like what do I have to do here? There's nothing here. What you have to do is basically copy this configuration over here. These are the environment variables. I'm going to copy that over to the terminal. And you can paste it here by doing Ctrl-Shift-V. In the Jelly URL, you want to put in the URL to your Jellyfin server, and the username, you want to put in your username, and the password, you want to put in your password. Of course, I'm not going to show you guys what I'm entering inside of here. I'm going to enter in my credentials, and then I'll meet you guys after I save the configuration file. So I have now saved my credentials here. And by the way, before I do play anything, I'd just like to say to dear YouTube or whoever is watching this to get this video removed. This is not piracy. I have legally acquired the media that I'm about to stream here. This media that I'm about to stream completely legally brought this DVD. This is completely legal, so don't freak out. And yeah, that's the end of the warning. So let's do mov-cli-s, let's do Jelly, and we're going to stream as manga dial. As you can see there, it works. So that is how you set up plugins on mov-cli. I hope this video was useful to you. And I'm gonna go watch As Manga Die now. Peace out.
What am I gonna do? I bet that if I could sleep though, I'd probably dream about you. And that's why I don't wanna sleep, I've no mind left to lose. These lyrics getting so hard to read, my artistry's my news. But I'ma win it all, independent of all the cynical critics. If you rip it, leap or fall, sick of all self-ridicule, gotta get it all together even though we're not together anymore. I'm mature now, got the cure now, burn down every bridge, get this, it turns out this should burn hers down long before I figured ours won't work out. So I'm sitting in this herb cloud, as though it turns around, my mind spins.